Hi everyone, it's Ashley. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. Guys, we are going to go ahead and just jump right in today. I have, I think, 4 or 5 little Mother's Day crafts that I need to get done super last minute. So we are going to go ahead and get those done today. The first couple things that I want to do is I have a couple Mother's Day cards here that I had my Cricut Explore Air 2 go in, and I used my Cricut pins to have it draw. And then it also went around and cut out my designs. And this is just out of 80-pound cardstock, so nothing crazy. So I just want to give you guys a little close up of my first design here. It just says Happy Mother's Day, and it just has really, really pretty flowers. I picked all the colors. Now, on the text itself, you can see where it's kind of like double text there. And I thought it would be nice to just kind of go in and fill in that little space there to kind of make it just look a little more finished. So right on the side of my desk here, I have my alcohol markers. This is the brand. I will show you guys. This is the brand here. And I got these off of Amazon. I will link them below if they're not already. I found this color here. It's Y120 and it says Buttercup Yellow. I'm not sure if that'll focus, but you guys can take my word for it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go in. It has either this fine tip edge or the brush edge. Now, this is a pretty small area I'm working in. I kind of feel like I'm gonna go in with the brush edge. I think I just have a little more control. And I feel like the tip on the brush edge is just a little thinner than on the fine tip. So some of these areas get really small. So I think that the brush tip will help me just a little here. Okay, so I'm just going to go in and very, very carefully, or as carefully as I can, just try to fill in this space. Like I said, I thought that this would just be a nice little detail here to kind of finish this off. This is going to be a Mother's Day card for my mother-in-law. I always make all of her cards for like any holiday or like her birthday. And she just like loves them so much. She's so cute. She just like displays them until like the next holiday or the next time she gets a card. And I don't know, I just think it's so cute. She loves getting them and I love making them. So it's truly like a win win. So, in that respect, I am so lucky. Actually, in a lot of respects, I'm super lucky. So, I just went in and found a color that I thought was close to the color of the Cricut pins that was used to cut this out. Now, I do have all the colors that I used for this design on the side here. I'm going to try to kind of go through them as I'm doing this, just in case you guys want to recreate this design. You know exactly what colors I used to kind of get this look. So starting from the top here, we have coral. Okay, so we have coral, blue bonnet, cactus pink, lavender, pink crystal, candy corn, and light green. So those are the colors that I used for this design. So if you're interested in kind of recreating this and getting the look that I got, those are the colors that I pulled. And I'm really happy with the way they came out. I think it's really, really cute. So you guys will probably notice this video is probably going to be a lot shorter than I typically make. I do not have a lot of time this week, and I have just a few Mother's Day things that I need to get done for the people in my life. But honestly, I was like trying to get things ready for the video, and I was thinking like, what am I going to make myself for Mother's Day? And trying to come up with, like all these ideas of things that I want to make. And honestly, because I have such a busy week and I really am going to spend this weekend with my family and enjoying the holiday, truthfully, I decided that for Mother's Day, I am giving myself an easy week, right? I am not going to make anything for myself this video, which honestly, I think this is the first video in quite a long time that I have not made anything for myself. And I think I'm just going to keep it super simple. We'll just slow down a little and just get the few things that I need to get done. So here is how this came out. I think that that looks so nice. I absolutely think that that was worth just the extra couple minutes to go in and fill that in. I think it made a huge difference. Now, in that same thought, should I go in and fill in the flowers? What do you guys think? I don't know. I kind of did that and it came out really nice and I like it. So I don't know. I kind of feel like I want to do the flowers. I think it'll all depend if I can get a nice color match, right? So let's see. I'm just going to bring in my little notepad that I have here on the side of my desk. I'm just going to use this to kind of swatch my colors a little. Okay, so let's see. I think I'm going to kind of go for it. I'm going to use the brush tip for all of my flowers here. And maybe I won't fill all of them in, right? Or maybe I won't fill them all the way. I'll just kind of give them a little bit of like a watercolor effect, kind of leaving some white space. That is absolutely kind of one of my favorite effects and one that I typically go for. So I think that I'll kind of just go with that. And I think that this is going to come out so cute. And hopefully it will come out nice. I mean, I like the card how it was, and I didn't plan to fill in the flowers, but sometimes I just cannot leave well enough alone. Honestly, though, I'm getting like super nice color matches with the Cricut pins. Now, these are not the alternatives that I have linked. These are the actual like Cricut pin pack. These are the fine tip pins. And I have had this pin pack for literally ever. It's been more than 3 years and they still work great. I have never had an issue with them. I don't use them like a ton, but I definitely do use them and they are great every time. I love them. And then same with my alcohol markers. I haven't really like pulled them out much lately just because I haven't made like a ton of cards lately. And then the teachers appreciation cards, I just had to go a little more simple with those. But I am kind of falling in love with coloring and card making all over again in real time here. So, how special that you guys are kind of seeing, and I could share this with you, right? Honestly, was done. I sat down with the intention of just kind of wrapping it up. But then once I kind of stopped and looked at it, I wanted to fill in the lettering, which you guys saw me do. And then from there, here we are, right? So I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. I love watching like creators and seeing them kind of create and make decisions in real time. So I'm sure there are other people out there that enjoy the process as well. And since this is going to be, probably a shorter video and definitely less crafts than I usually make in a video, it's definitely going to probably be a little more chatty, which is nice because I feel like I've been kind of in such a rush lately. I haven't been able to kind of make a video where I just slow down and really just kind of talk and catch up. So I am super excited for that. Now I think I'm going to go in with this lighter blue. This first blue here was literally like an exact match, but just because this is such a dark blue, I don't want it to kind of just turn into a blob, right? And lose kind of the details in the flower. So I'm going to go with the lighter blue just to kind of add highlight instead of like filling in with color, right? Okay, that looks good. Every time I think I'm done, I like see a flower that I missed or that needs more color. Okay, so I think that looks good. Now I probably should have been like setting these to the side or like making note of which one I'm using, but if you guys are curious about the colors, I will do my best to remember which ones I used. Okay, guys, so here is how my little sentiment ended up. I'm going to give you guys a close up here. So I just went in with the alcohol markers and just kind of filled in those flowers. Look how pretty. I actually think that looks so nice. But once again, I think I'm going to just kind of go one step further. I think I actually might fill in, I don't know if I should do the lighter or a darker color. I think I'm going to go with the same color that I did for the outside. I think I'm going to kind of just go in and fill this in. I don't know. For me, the sentiment's kind of just getting a little lost. And, I do kind of want that to be the focus at the end of the day. So I think I'm going to use this same color here. I'm just going to go in and kind of fill in these letters. And then I'm thinking I might go in and kind of add more shadow to the back using the same color, or I might go in with a darker color to add the shadow. We'll see in just a second. Did you guys craft yourself anything fun or special for Mother's Day? I would love to know what you guys are working on, so make sure you let me know down in the comments. I definitely have a few things that I want to make myself, and don't worry, I will still be making them for myself, but just not in today's video. I'm going to kind of just take this week and really, kind of enjoy it for what it is and enjoy being a mother and just kind of take it easy this week. So I hope that you guys can kind of do the same. I hope that everyone has a great Mother's Day and you're super spoiled in whatever way that means for you because we all deserve it, right? So maybe eventually I will get a manual die cutting machine. I would love to get one, but in the meantime, I use my Cricut and honestly, I think it works great. I love making cards with my Cricut, so far it's honestly like not the top of my wish list. Now, just going back in with the Cricut pen, I think I'm just going to use the pen to go in and kind of give myself the shadows here that I originally did with that alcohol marker. But now since I use that alcohol marker everywhere, I kind of need to go back in and add just a little bit more dimension here. So to do that, I'm just going to go in with the Cricut pen. You could also go in with the alcohol marker and just kind of layer it up, right? Alcohol markers are meant to be kind of built upon. So the more you go over it and the more you lay down, the darker it will get. However, I think that this is just a little easier given the space that I have to work in. So I'm just going to go with my little Cricut pen and it is working just fine. And I'm going to go ahead and just quickly kind of go through this because like I said, this was supposed to be a quick little card here, and I somehow turned it into a whole nother project, right? But that's okay because I think that this was so worth it. I think I'm like probably 10 times more in love with this than I was originally. So I am super happy with the way this is coming out. Okay, guys, and officially, here is how my little sentiment came out. I am done. We are done with this sentiment. Here is a close up. I love it. I think it came out so cute. Now, you guys will see, like, kind of when I color, I like to leave some white spaces. To me, that gives it a watercolor effect. That's just how I prefer to color. You absolutely take this in any direction you like. Okay, now very quickly, I just cut this out. I just cut the offset layer of this out one additional time just because I knew that it was going to be a lot of artwork on that piece of paper. So I just wanted to give it just a little additional support just in case that paper got, just a little kind of wet and warped. Plus, I think, just a little extra kind of dimension and sturdiness always helps kind of elevate the card. So, when in doubt, I always just kind of go with an extra layer. I never think it hurts, and I always think it helps, right? Okay, now just bringing in some foam tape and a card base here. I'm going to very quickly just take my foam tape from the Dollar Tree. Like I've said in all my videos, I love this foam tape from the Dollar Tree. I think it works great. In one video, I did complain that I was like over it because I do not like the way it comes packaged. It's just like rolled up and it like unrolls on itself, and that part of it kind of like drives me crazy. But other than that, absolutely love this foam tape. It is my favorite. I think it's a great size, and I think the dimension is just absolutely perfect for what I'm usually looking for. So definitely a personal recommendation. And then I think I'm just going to go two in the center, just like that. Okay, so just bringing in my card base, I did make this to open horizontally just because the design was wider than it was long. I mean, the design was longer than it was high, right? So I just thought that a horizontal card base would kind of fit the card better. And here we go. Here is my final Mother's Day card for my mother-in-law. I just went with the plain background just because I just kind of wanted the sentiment to be the star of the show. So I just went with a plain pink base. Okay, now bringing in these little pearl dots. I showed these in a haul. I got these from Walmart. They were super affordable. I think like just over $1, less than two, I would say. And I think I'm just going to add just a few. Now they do have a sticky back and they kind of come like on a line. So when you pick them up, they tend to kind of come up like all together. So I think I'm gonna do something like this. I'll kind of do 3 hugging this corner here. Okay guys, so here is my little finished Mother's Day card for my mother-in-law. I just added the little pearls. I think it just adds a little something. And here we go. Here is a close-up. You guys let me know down in the comments how you think it came out. I think it's so cute. Okay guys, let's go ahead and move on. Okay, now bringing in my next card here, you guys saw me make in a few videos ago, you guys saw me make a gift set for a new baby girl. And it was a brush and comb set that I like to get from Amazon and then personalize it for the new baby. So my friend that I gifted that to, I'm also making her Mother's Day card. And as you can see, it is her first Mother's Day. So when I saw this little design, I just thought it was so cute. And I'm going to be gifting this to her with a gift card for Uber Eats. Because let me tell you, right after I gave birth, someone gifted me an Uber Eats gift card, and it was absolutely the best gift that I got at the time. So I just went in and I'm just going to make her a sweet little card here. Now, I did have my Cricut once again go in and draw and cut this. Now, I will say once it drew and cut it, I was kind of like, it's a little too plain for me. So since I already have my alcohol markers out, I decided I'm just going to go in and kind of color it. Again, just another great way to just add a personal touch, right? Have your Cricut do the hard work, have your Cricut do the hard part, and then that way you can just like come in at the end and just have fun and make it super cute, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. Just trying to find a really, really light blue here for what I'm looking to do. And I was thinking I want to add like a little bit, I don't know, kind of like clouds, because obviously I'm kind of going for like a sleep theme here, but I need it to be really light because I don't want it to kind of overpower the text. So okay, so I think that looks pretty good. I'll show you guys a close up here. Super simple, you know, still not anything like crazy, but it still adds a little something more than was there, right? And then since I did decide to go in and add the clouds, I originally was going to go in with that blue card base, but I don't want to go in with the blue now just because I did use a lot of blue in the background here. So I'm just going to kind of switch that out for this kind of pinkish purple. And I think that will be a nice like highlighting, like a nice complementing, but also like contrasting color so that our sentiment really pops. Now, absolutely same process as before. I'm going to come in, glue in my second offset layer here, and then we will use foam tape just to lay this down. Okay, and here is my second little card. Now I'm gonna go in. I also have these little sticker dots. Now these are just like a clear like rhinestone look. And I also got these from Walmart. Again, very, very inexpensive, less than $2. So I picked these up and I think I'm gonna go with this one just because I don't know, something about it reminds me of like sleeping. I don't know why. Something about it reminds me of like sleeping or clouds. So I'm just gonna kind of roll with it. Now, I think for this, I'm gonna go because they're kind of like large, medium, small, and I did a large and a medium. So I think I'm just gonna do one more here in the small size. But I definitely want it down in the corner more like that. And there we go. I think I'm going to finish that card right there. I think that looks so cute. Okay, so here's my sweet little pom-pom paper clip. I just went with the darker pink. And here we go. Here is my second little Mother's Day card all finished. Okay, guys, I have just a few more crafts. Let's go ahead and get them wrapped up so I can call this week done. Okay, so I zoomed you guys out a little bit because my next couple crafts are iron on. So I'm going to be making a shirt for my mother-in-law. And then I actually was mistaken. I actually do have something for myself. I should have known, right? Because, like I say, it's just not a video unless I make something for myself. But I did forget I did make something for myself and I'm just super excited all over again. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get my mother-in-law shirt done. Now, I usually make my mother-in-law's shirt. She loves, loves, loves just like her little grandma shirts. She is just the cutest little grandma and loves them. Now, I will tell you, I like to get the shirts from Target, which is what I have today. They are $8 in the men's section. However, I also really used to like getting the Bella and Canvas, I think they were called, from Hobby Lobby. But I don't know, the last few times, well, not the last few times, honestly, for a long time, I have not been able to find the shirts that I used to get at Hobby Lobby anymore. So I don't know, I guess they stopped carrying the brand. So I haven't found like a great alternative to that material shirt where it's like not where it's like a little more like stretchy and soft. So if you guys have like a recommendation or if you know where I can get those shirts like not super expensive, let me know it down in the comments. Okay, so just finishing up my reading here. This just says blessed grandma. I'm going to start by lint rolling it. So let's go ahead and do that first. Now I just cut off the tags and took off the sticker. So I obviously did not wash this yet. I typically don't wash my garments before I do iron on. And only because like I'm just not organized enough to do that. I usually like will go shopping and then come home and set my bags in my craft room and they will just sit there until I have a chance to come in and work on it. So I have heard that it helps keep the iron on down if you do pre-wash your garments, or it helps like, with like drying if the shirt is going to shrink. Now, with that being said, I just brought in my big Easy Press And what I did was I just lined up like my shoulder seams. So that'll give me kind of like halfway down my shirt. So then I just folded that in half by the seams and then heat pressed it. That will not only remove the moisture and wrinkles from my shirt, which is recommended, it will also give me this little kind of faint line down what will hopefully be pretty close to the middle of our shirt. And then my design here is cut pretty close to the edges. So I'm just gonna kind of go ahead and just kind of line up the ends of my letters on grandma and just ever so slightly just kind of pinch that. And then I can see just so slightly where I made a little indentation in that design. And then I like to just kind of take the indentation from my sign and then just kind of put it on that little line that I made when I pressed my shirt. Now, since this is a gift, I will kind of measure and just make sure I am close. So I'm just going to come from the edge of my little letter here. And it's about 7 inches. And then let's see. And I'm just over 7. It looks like about 7.5, 7.25. But that is absolutely close enough for me. So let's go ahead and press it. So I have my press here set at 330 for 30 seconds. I can just about get the whole design, but as you can see, I do have a little bit that is hanging off here. So I'm gonna go ahead and press this for the 30 seconds, and then I will move my heat press over and we will press the other side there. And then I don't want to like over press it too much, but at the same time, I am going to, press this again because I do need to get that other side. This is a glitter iron-on, which is one of my favorites to work with just because it is so like, it's so forgiving. Glitter iron-on is one of the most beginner friendly like materials I think you can use. It just covers up so many like issues. And like I said, it's just super forgiving. So if you're just starting out, I definitely recommend a glitter iron-on. So this laid down beautifully. Yeah, that laid down so beautifully. And then this design also has just this little heart. So I just cut this out of a patterned iron-on. It's like a Hobby Lobby brand. It's just like kind of a little tie-dye effect with some glitter in it. So I just cut that out of that, and I'm gonna add that just there. I know it was somewhere in that vicinity in design space. I don't remember exactly where it was, but at this point, I don't really think it matters, right? It's kind of personal preference. I think it looks nice there, so I'm going to go with it. Now, bringing in my Easy Press Mini, it's still warming up to medium, which is the two wavy lines. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start pressing this. Now, the reason I'm choosing to use my Easy Press Mini here is because I only want to press this one little spot, right? And I don't want to have to put like that big, huge liner all over my whole design just to press this one little heart. So instead, I'll just bring out my Easy Press Mini and just press that one section, which I'm pretty sure my husband got me the Easy Press Mini for Mother's Day last year. And I put off getting the Easy Press Mini for so long because I had my big heat press and I was just like, well, I don't really see the point. But I don't know, something just kept on like bringing me back to it, and absolutely one of my favorite things in my craft room by far. Okay, guys, so here's my mother-in-law's little shirt all done. Like I said, this shirt is a 2XL from Target. It is a men's shirt. It was $8. So I did cut this at 11 and a half wide, which is the widest I can cut it without having to use my long mat, my 24-inch mat. And I absolutely could use my 24-inch mat. I'm just lazy and I don't like to get it out. But here we go. I think it came out perfect and she is going to love it. I just know it. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and do our last craft. It is for myself and we will be done. Okay, guys, so for my last craft, I found this placemat. It just says fabric placemat. It's 11 by 17. I got this at the Dollar Tree. I don't know. I want to say like, I don't know, springtime. It's probably been a couple months. I feel like it's probably been like a couple months ago, but I feel like they have like some variation of the fabric placemats pretty much all the time. So I don't know which one they have out right now, but I found this one and I just thought it was so pretty. I love the florals on it. So with that being said, I went in and cut out this design. I'm going to go ahead and get this weeded out just because it's a little noisy. Okay, so I went ahead and got that mostly weeded just because, like I said, the liner was a little noisy. So just going in and finishing this up, it's a little like placemat for breakfast in bed for mommy. And I just thought this was so cute. And I thought, how cute would this be to put it on the little placemat? And then you can put the little placemat on the tray. So I did go ahead and cut this apart in Design Space just because, like I said before, I didn't want to bring out my 24-inch mat, but also I only had this vinyl in 2 pieces of scrap and they were like the perfect 2 sizes, but I just had to cut my design into 2, which is fine by me. I absolutely have no problem doing that, especially when I'm using scraps and I have to kind of get the design to work in the space that I have, right? So that worked out just perfect. And then I also will tell you in Design Space, if you go to make this, this little circle here said mimosa. I don't drink, so, I didn't need that circle. However, I did absolutely need a chocolate circle. So I just went in and edited that to put chocolate instead of mimosa. Now the tag did say it's 100% polyester. So I'm not gonna look up my heat guide because I don't know, I just kind of wing it. However, just kind of keeping that in mind. And I also know that this is like the fast, like low heat iron on from Hobby Lobby. So I'm also going to keep that in mind. So that's why I'm going to use my Easy Press Mini here just so I can really see what's in front of me and kind of make the decision when I think that it has had enough heat. For me, it's a little harder to see when I'm using my big press, right? Because usually the design is covered. So with the mini, it's made to be moved. So it's a lot easier just to kind of see and monitor what's in front of you. Now, I did choose to lay this down in this really pretty dark navy color, just so it would really pop and you would be able to see it against the background. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move over to this side. Now, I was gonna say, I do need to kind of lift this up. Let's see. Honestly, it wants to come up, so yeah. That laid down so beautifully. Oh my gosh. Literally perfect. I could not have asked for that to lay down any better. Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of put this here. And then let's hope for that same exact result because that was just flawless. Okay, guys, here is my last craft all done. Now, I have to tell you, I honestly kind of forgot that I cut this for myself in the first place. And now that it's done and I'm looking at it, this is probably my favorite craft of the night. I think it's so cute. And I just have to say, I hope that all of us get breakfast in bed this weekend. Guys, thank you so, so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that your weekend is filled with so much love and joy and appreciation. I just want to say to all the moms and grandmoms out there that watch my channel, happy Mother's Day to you. Thank you so much for all you do for your families. Thank you for the families that you've created and continue to pour love and life into every single day. All right, guys, I hope to see you sooner rather than later, but that's all I have time for today. But I will see you in the next one. Bye.